Good afternoon, class 11. Today we are going to start the chapter Thermodynamics. Now, thermodynamics is the branch of physics which mainly deals with heat energy, the work done on a system, the internal energy of a system, temperature, thermal equilibrium, and many such things, many processes we are going to learn. There are engines and refrigerators, and there are also laws which we will learn. Now, before moving on to thermodynamics, there are a few basic definitions that you should know. First is system. The body to which we are focusing our attention and we are studying in thermodynamics, that is known as the system. Okay, next is surrounding. Everything apart from the system, that is around the system, which can affect the system or it may not affect the system, that is known as the surrounding. Now the system and the surrounding are separated by a boundary which may or may not allow the passage of heat energy between them. So this is system and surrounding. We have also learned boundary. Now we are going to the thermodynamic state of a system. Thermodynamic state of a system. In thermodynamics, we say that we know the state of a system, we know in what state the system is if we know the three parameters: pressure, volume and temperature at any instant of time. At any instant of time, if we know the pressure, volume and temperature of a system, we can say that we know the thermodynamic state of a system. Graphically, this is represented with the help of a PV diagram in which we have P in the y-axis, we have V on the x-axis, and any point of the system gives us the thermodynamic state of the system at that instant. From this point, we can find the value of pressure, we can also find the value of volume, and the temperature will be known to us. So from this point itself, we can know all these three information. So every point on the PV diagram gives us a particular thermodynamic state. So this was about the three definitions, the three basic definitions: system, surrounding and thermodynamic state. Now we move on to temperature. Now up till the lower classes, temperature used to be defined as the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. To indicate how hot or how cold a body is, we generally use the term temperature. But that is a very relative and subjective definition, that is not very accurate, which means it will vary from person to person, right? So we need to find a more, first let us understand why it is a subjective concept. Why can't we remain with that definition? To understand that, suppose, imagine you have three vessels. This is vessel number A, and all of these vessels have water, okay? This vessel has water at 60 degrees Celsius. This is vessel B. This has water at 20 degrees Celsius, and this is vessel C. Vessel C has water at 0 degrees Celsius. Now you take two people and you ask person number 1 to dip their hand in the 60 degrees Celsius vessel A, and you ask person number 2 to dip their hand in the 0 degrees Celsius vessel. So one person dips their hand in the 60 degrees Celsius vessel, another person dips their hand in the 20 degrees Celsius vessel. Now after doing that, both of them individually dip their hands in the 20 degrees Celsius vessel. Both of them individually dip their hands in the 20 degrees Celsius vessel. Now if you ask person 1 whose hand was initially at 60 degrees Celsius what his experience was, he will say that when he dipped his hand in the 20 degrees Celsius, the temperature felt cooler. Because his hand was initially at 60 degrees Celsius, when it went to 20 degrees Celsius, it naturally felt cooler. So he will say that the temperature was lower, the temperature was cooler. But if you ask person number 2 whose hand was at the 0 degrees Celsius, he will say that when he dipped his hand in the 20 degrees Celsius vessel, he felt warmer because his hand is going to a higher temperature. So for person 1, the temperature seems cooler. For person 2, the temperature seems warmer. But for both of them, the temperature is constant. The temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. So even for one particular value of temperature, the experience of two people are not matching. So this is how you can say that the temperature definition that we had up till now, the degree of hotness or coldness, that is not a very scientific or accurate definition. So we need to find a better definition for temperature. How can we find a better definition for temperature? Suppose we have got two systems, system A and system B. This is system A and this is system B. And the heat content in both of the system, the amount of heat contained in both of the system is not the same. They have unequal amounts of heat. Now if you join these two systems so that only these two systems are in contact with each other, but they are totally isolated from the rest of the surrounding. They cannot pass on their heat to the rest of the surrounding but only to each other. They are only connected to each other but they are isolated from the rest of the surrounding. What will happen? Now heat will start flowing from one body to another, because the heat content in both of the bodies are not the same. So heat will start flowing from one body to another. When the heat flows, when after some time a state will be reached when no more heat will flow from one body to another. The heat flow will stop. When this happens, we can say that the body has reached thermal equilibrium. Okay, and this state where the two bodies are touching each other but isolated from the rest of the world, that is known as thermal contact. Now, thermal equilibrium is said to have been reached when two bodies which have unequal amounts of heat, they are joined together. Heat flow was going on between them, but after a certain point of time, the heat flow stops. Now, when thermal equilibrium is reached, the parameter that remains, that becomes constant in both of these bodies, that becomes same in both of these bodies, that is known as temperature. So, heat flow will stop when both of them have reached a common temperature T, capital T. So, temperature can be now defined as the parameter which becomes constant when two bodies which are joined, which are in thermal contact with each other, they have, the heat flow between them has stopped. Temperature also gives us the direction of heat flow. That is, heat will always flow from a body at higher temperature to lower temperature. Heat will always flow from a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. Now heat energy and temperature, they are not the same thing. Two bodies can have the same amount of heat energy but their temperatures may be different. Two bodies may have the same temperature but their heat energies may be different. So this is about temperature and thermal equilibrium. You have understood that. Now let us move on to the first important law, which is the 0th law of thermodynamics. The 0th law of thermodynamics. What this law says is, suppose you have got three bodies, body A, body B and body C. If we can say that body A is in thermal equilibrium with body B and also body C is in thermal equilibrium with body B, so A is in equilibrium with B, C is also in equilibrium with B, then we can say for sure that A is also in thermal equilibrium with C. A is in thermal equilibrium with C. So that is the statement of 0th law of thermodynamics, that if we have three bodies, three systems, A, B, C, and A is in thermal equilibrium with B, again C is in thermal equilibrium with B, we can say that A and C are also in thermal equilibrium. This is the 0th law of thermodynamics. So up till now, today we will do up till now in this class. From the next class, we will move on to the first law of thermodynamics and the different aspects of it.